All right, so I just want to bring this up here. So Paola was finally able to respond. That was just earlier this morning. I know I emailed her like 2-3 weeks ago, and I wasn't sure by that time if she was still working in her same company. And my second thought was, I thought she must have been extremely busy. So she was able to get back to me, and good for her. At least we're still in touch, right? I even told Ted about it. So we just talked a little bit, and she was still hoping I'll get a job, a new job, and so we didn't really talk very much, but it's just here's the one thing that I want to point out to Paula, though, as we emailed back and forth today. I know I gave her one of the blogs that I wrote today regarding the newbie load management situation to her, for her to read. And when I told her that, in one of the email responses, she told me, she will read it, but she's going to be honest with me in that she doesn't want to spend any more time and energy talking bad about this dump, and and about the company president. So, and I'm as far as for the rest, I don't need to say it. All I know is that she said she doesn't want to spend so much time just talking about so much of spending so much time talking and providing so much energy about that dump and the company president. Since she's already in a new job, she's already in her current job away from that place. So look, I'm gonna say this. I wanted to write a blog, response blog, regarding what she said in the email, but I will say this, and as I'll say on this video right here, this is gonna be one of the topics I'll cover. This is a two-topic video. I do understand where she's coming from, because it's already gonna be, when did she leave? In June? Yeah, in June of 2023. It's already July 15th. So it's already been 2 years since she's out of that dump. And look, she was not being rude at all. She just wanted to let me know so that I don't bring up so much about the negativity of that dump, and the way that the company president just continues to function, to operate like how he's always operated, to where all this crap happens. And especially after I went off so bad yesterday, and that she would just completely be fed up. Look, yesterday morning, I just randomly texted Julio. No, not my buddy Julio Valencia from from the Nutbwallers, and the Woo brother. I'm talking about my other friend, the work friend, Julio Cesar Enriquez. So I texted him about just obviously just out of my mood, and I'm telling him that the company president is never going to change his ways, and he's always going to be that, and he's this, he's that. It's why he's never going to retire, this and that. And he told me, you should quit and find a new job, and your negativity is bringing me down. And so I told him, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way, and he's like, much appreciated. So going forward, I'm not going to talk to him about all the issues of this dump anymore. And look, man, like I said, I totally understand people like him and Paula, and I know Julio. I'm talking about my work friend Julio, who's still working with me, even though he works in the service department, and I work in the upstairs office. Like, he doesn't want to hear from me anymore. He's one of the most optimistic dudes I ever met. So I'm just for the sake of his well-being, I'm not going to do that anymore. So yeah, I mean, just going forward. And as for Paula, she basically reminded me the same thing, that I should not just bring up anymore about the negativity of that dump. So as far as that's concerned, so she told me she will read one of the blog, like the blog that I wrote today regarding the newbies. It's not necessarily about the company president, but it's about the newbies and how they feel like they can just, because I even mentioned her name in there, as far as like what she stated. The newbies are not going to settle for less and all that. So regarding regarding what she said, it's like, yeah, I remember Paula told me about it. She told me the email from like last year, that these newbies they know they're going to make more the moment that they find out how much they're going to be paid. And we know it's predictable, knowing that company president, that stubborn, greedy ass company president, just continues to underpay them, even all the new hires to this very day, despite the tariffs, that they ain't gonna stay that long. Basically, for that being the number one reason. And of course, even if they were to stay for, if they were to work there for, the first few months, in no time they will know all the BS that this dump is like spewing. The constant BS that this dump has been, spreading. That's why guys like Lagos and that girl across from me, not the new girl now, but the one across from me, see, they didn't last. So these guys like them only lasted a short time, that they're never gonna last, more than at least, I want to say 3+ years, man. 3+ years. These newbies before, with the exception of Sonia, the works at the front desk, used to work at service, I haven't seen them last for 3 or more years. Laura didn't last for that long. Melissa didn't last for that long. Francisco never lasted that long. Hal didn't last that long. None of these dudes, with the exception of the front desk lady, yeah, Sonia. But I get what Paula is saying. Getting back to this topic, as far as what she's feeling, and she's basically telling me to stop feeding her with all this the dump of the negativity of this dump, because we all know, even Julio himself, that this dump is just full of it. It's just full of negativity, full of SH, right? So it's why I totally feel her, man. I totally feel her. So by her saying that, like, she's definitely moved on to just a much better life. And she was blessed, she was fortunate to leave this dump, unlike me, that's been struggling so badly despite so much effort, heavy effort, that I've given for the last few years. of my job hunting. Still haven't gotten anything. Despite the several job interviews that I had in the summer of 2022. Nothing. Still to this day, nothing. I've given it my all. But like I said in some of my older videos, had I had the mentality of what a real graphic designer is back then, I wouldn't have lasted here 12 years. Hell, I would have, even on my 5th or 6th year, had I buckled down just like I did in 2022 to start, I would have already been out of there. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Paola. Okay, she's doing well. She's doing great. People like her, Laura, Ted, Juan, they're all living their lives with their current jobs since they left this dump. They don't want to hear from me no more regarding that place, man. So basically, they made it clear to me, Paola and Julio. I know Julio's still working here, but JC. I mean, I'm calling him Julio too. I mean, that's basically his real name. But I know I have my other friend Julio. Well, I've known him since damn near childhood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, anyways, yeah. So I'm doing Paola a favor, and basically because she asked me to do her a favor and just stop feeding her with all that stuff, that negativity. So yeah, she's just out of it, and just going forward, no more of that stuff, and because she already said enough. I'm looking back at all her past emails, and that's basically just a lot of what she said. I noted, and everything is just true. And she went through so much hell in that place. You know what I'm saying? So all the hell that she went through in the service department, and just Lisa, same way. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, I'm the one that needs to get out of this misery. I'm the one that needs to get to fight off all this misery, and I still haven't even done a damn thing this week on my job hunting. But of course, I've been working on my basketball shoot-around games, and I'm hoping to get a job interview this week. But when you think about it, 1 week is just so fast that, in the end, before you know it, it's just man. That car just ran through a red light. Is there any cops around here? Oh, lucky him. Lucky him. God bless. He's all right. But damn, I know I did that before. I know I did that before, way back in 2014 when I with a group of friends, on our way to the Queen Mary Dark Harbor. I literally ran through the red light, and boy, was I very, very fortunate. Otherwise, I would have been screwed to death for the second ever, no, actually third ticket. Yeah. So anyways, man. So yeah. So let's, as for this other topic, I know it's about the Nutbwallers again. Look, as for Russ, like I said, more power to him if he wants to continue to interact in all the group chats, the everyone group chat, or just all of them that I'm in it. I just decide not to interact on any of them anymore, except when it comes to hangout plans. But the thing is, the hangout plans for me are with two friends, max, right? So if he wants to continue doing that, fine. But the thing is, just like me, I don't think I'm gonna, he's not gonna get as much, reaction or from most of the other guys. You know, whether it's me or Russ that's trying to bring the energy into the group chats. You know, chances are there's not going to be that much interaction from the others. You know, so whether it's me or whether it's him, you know, it's going to be the same result. So, but again, you know, I'll let him do what he wants. You know, I'm just sticking to individual texting, and I know Julio texted on the one with me and Alexis. I guess that can be an exception because it is the Woo 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 Brothers group chat, not the Nutbwallers, right? So yeah, man. Just like I said, I'm not really planning on just going back to any of them until. I mean, I said what I said. I mean, do I really need to repeat myself after what I posted on those videos regarding why I refuse to come back? I've said it. So again, more power to Russ. You know, for me, I feel like I'm not missing out on anything. Even if he tries to do the same thing I'm doing, you know, he ain't gonna get that much interaction. That's what happened with me too. So, you know, but once again, you know, have fun with that, Russ. You know. So, but yeah, you know, as for the Nutbwallers, yeah, I really don't want to spend so much time and energy on them. Okay, it's like I said, I've done enough damage to the group going back to last year, the year before that, even prior to the group text incident, and you know, it's like I'm doing myself a favor to just give them their peace and quiet, while I'm also trying to give me my own peace and quiet, even though it's hard for me right now, considering a lot of these circumstances that I'm dealing with. But you know, especially as I'm trying to get out of this dump. So again, I'm focusing on myself, and that's all that matters at this point. Just focusing on myself. And yeah, Paola's living a much better life. You know, anyone that left that dump, they're already gonna live a better life. Look at Francisco with that black hair. When I played ping pong with him, man, he looked like he just you know, he looked younger. It's like, man, dude, he looked a lot younger than he was when he worked here in that dump. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just you know, I love Paola, the friend that she is. You know, it's great to still keep in touch with her and all that. And you know, a lot of others have moved on. I mean, I'm still in touch with some of the others like Kathleen and Juan, Laura through Instagram only. Yeah, so you know, it is what it is. I gotta do myself the favor too, and do my part. But you know, it's already been tiresome that even if I keep doing it, it's like I know what the result is. That I'm not gonna get the chance to do so. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. Like, because I already know nothing's gonna change in that dump. Okay, I already know nothing is gonna change. It is what it is with that place. So, you know, I'm at the point where I'm just I gotta do it. I gotta do what I gotta do best, or else. So, anyways, I'm done. Peace out, everyone.